Nowadays, when you hear the word influencer, you just think of someone on Instagram flexing with a new car or showing off a gift that was given to them in exchange of creating a branded post. Or if you watch our channel a lot, then your first thought when you hear the word influencer may be controversy or backlash, because most of the time these influencers are getting caught doing some pretty problematic things. That's why today we're going to be counting down the top 10 influencers exposed for living fake lives. But first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Coming at number 10, Byron Denton. Starting us off at number 10 is actually someone who was trying to show people just how easy it was to fake living a life of luxury. Bizarrely enough though, people still called this vlogger out for exposing himself. Although if you're doing that, you probably missed the point of his posts. Many people were convinced though that this London-based vlogger had suddenly become ultra wealthy. Inspired by his fellow YouTuber George Mason, who had faked going on vacation, Byron decided to try his hand at Photoshop, but with a different approach. He genuinely wanted to see if the reason people had an obsession with celebrities was due to the fact that most people can't afford to live the lives that they flaunt on social media. This became evident when a Photoshop picture of him on a private jet hit 1,000 likes in just 7 seconds. He also went on to expose his editing of designer brands and the powerful effect that it had on the audience engaging with his content. In a follow-up video, he said, "Me wearing a designer top or designer shoes, the likes I got on those photos, even though it's still an outfit of a day though, just of me wearing a certain outfit, just doesn't contain any designer, to then be pulling 12,000 likes. So that's like 10,000 more people clicking the like button of me wearing designer, just because I'm wearing designer." Coming at number 9, Her Royal Highness. Fans of this popular Chinese video blogger got quite the shock upon finding out that she wasn't exactly who she said she was. The blogger has always referred to herself as Your Highness and just so happened to have a technical glitch during one of her live streams that accidentally revealed to her audience that she was not really the young glamorous woman that she was portraying. Turns out that she was just catfishing the whole time. You see, what happened was during a joint live stream she was urged by her fans to show her face and remove the filter that she had been using, but she refused, apparently adding, "I can't show my face until I receive gifts worth 100,000 yuan. After all, I'm a good looking host." Followers apparently then began sending her donations, but at some point the filter that she was using stopped working, revealing that she was actually a middle-aged woman. Although she didn't notice the glitch until people began leaving her VIP access room in large numbers. Coming number 8, Another Beautiful Day. A couple of German influencers really upset the internet after they tried to solicit donations from their fans for an upcoming vacation. The couple had launched a campaign on GoFundMe where they tried to finance a trip that would include things like hotel stays, phone cards, and bikes for the ride. And their plea for this money was just as strange. In their post they said, "We could write a long text about mental health or global warming, we could tell you about following your dreams or how important stepping out of your comfort zone is, we could tell you how beautiful traveling is and its benefits, or the fact that most news don't match reality, but we're going to show you, less talking, more action." On top of that, the real exposing came when they accidentally admitted that Caitlyn's mother, who works 2 jobs, was also helping them go on all these lavish vacations for their Instagram page. In an article by BuzzFeed, the couple's response to being exposed was just as sad. During the interview they said, "Some will tell us to get jobs like everyone else and stop begging, but when you have the impact we do on others' lives, getting a job is not an option. We could model and make fast money, but we don't want to advertise consumerism. A normal job at this point would be detrimental." Every day our society strays further from God. Coming at number 7, Tiffany Mitchell. This lifestyle blogger based in Nashville had to answer to a lot of critics after she turned her terrifying motorcycle accident into a photo shoot opportunity. While being interviewed by BuzzFeed after this backlash, she said that she would never have turned a very important personal story like this into a brand campaign, adding, "I'm sad that some people are taking it that way," before requesting that BuzzFeed not do the story because it would then draw negative attention. Although when it came to the photo shoot, this was not the case. Some of the photos of her lying on the road being tended to strategically had a bottle of smart water placed in the shot. Now, while we're not debating as to whether or not her accident was real, what's definitely not real are these super high quality shots of her just lying in the middle of the road. And the comments were quick to point this out. One person writes, "This must have been super scary and I'm glad you're okay, but if my friend continued to take photos while I was lying semi-unconscious in the road, I'd be furious. I love your photos, but it's a little weird to include those." It certainly is. Coming number 6, Logan Paul. Logan Paul's ability to bounce back from controversy is like nothing else, and because he is constantly embroiled in scandals, he has become no stranger to being exposed. This one is just as bizarre though. Back in 2016, Logan decided that he was going to clickbait some of his fans by putting out a video called "These Glasses Cured My Colorblindness." In the video, Logan puts on some glasses that were specially made to counteract the effects of colorblindness. He then claims that they allowed him to see color for the first time in his life, which implies that he had black and white vision previously. Although that right there is a red flag. Colorblind people do not really see in black and white except for some really rare cases. But as soon as Logan puts on these magic glasses, he he is suddenly getting emotional. He also says really questionable things like not knowing that his own parrot had multicolored feathers, and after the video gained a ton of views, people genuinely started to believe that he truly was colorblind. However, a year later he then admitted that the whole thing wasn't legit. He claimed to have not lied about it, but rather embellished to create a story. Coming at number 5, Danielle Cohn. This teen influencer has more than 1 million subscribers, but her way of getting those clicks was very controversial. She actually posted a video with a title alluding to the fact that she was expecting a child. Many were already creeped out thinking that she was 15 years old, and it became even more shocking to discover that she was actually 13. During an interview with her father, he said, "For years I have done the diplomatic thing while dealing with my daughter being online in a way I didn't approve of and trying to have it handled out of social media because I figured the system would work and keep my daughter safe." AKA he thought that the internet would do all of the parenting for him. But nope, she just got exposed for lying. Coming in number 4, Casey Sosnowski. A Florida student and influencer certainly learned the hard way that lying on Instagram can come back to bite you. Casey here posted a photo of herself allegedly before a big hike. In the post she captioned it with, "Nature is the ultimate healer to all of our problems." Unfortunately for Casey, her sister was not far away and wasn't going to let her get away with this. On Twitter, Carly posted a screenshot of her sister's post and revealed what was actually happening behind the scenes. In the tweet she said, "My sister said she was going hiking, this is our backyard." And as you can see from the photo that she attached, her sister is 100% just posting up in her own backyard. Twitter users found the story pretty hilarious, but several people were also very impressed by the size of that backyard, saying that it actually looked like a place that you could go hiking. Coming in number 3, Johanna Holson. When you become famous for being a travel blogger, people are watching because they want to see an authentic experience wherever you're currently visiting. I've watched travel vlogs to learn more about certain countries, but the Instagram travel vlogger feels like nothing more than a chance to promote some products with a unique background. At least you'd hope the background is unique. But for travel blogger Johanna Olsen though, she decided that organic photos weren't the best way to go. After getting an awful seat at a restaurant, Johanna was upset with the scenery behind her in this photo and therefore decided to Photoshop her own. A sneaky tactic that would have gone unseen if it weren't for so many people on the internet that know what Photoshop is. And it wasn't just one photo though, she also placed herself over a bridge that she never was physically taking photos at. All this influencer fail did though was show us how inauthentic Instagram can truly be. Coming in number 2, Lisa Lee. Back in 2019, this social media influencer from China was not only exposed for living a double life, but she was exposed by her own landlord. Footage of her messy apartment quickly went viral after this blogger with 1.1 million followers tried to pass off that she was living some lavish lifestyle. After Lisa had missed several payments on her utilities, the landlord decided to take a look inside of the apartment. The landlord, Miss Shen, even gave a guided tour of the filthy apartment and told the news team recording that even professional cleaners had refused to clean up the apartment. And when I say messy, that is an understatement. There was garbage scattered all over the floors, moldy food on the counters, and dog poop smeared in various spots. Miss Shen then told the news team interviewing her that despite this influencer presenting to be a beautiful woman, her real life was much more disgusting. Once she had been exposed for living this double life, Lisa apologized to her landlord and said that complete responsibility lies with her on the incident. She also promised to clean everything and blamed the mess on a busy schedule. Last but certainly not least, on our number 1 spot, Ollie London. Now this one is pretty cut and dry, but I felt like it was important to include. Ollie London is a white influencer who said that he identifies as Korean. He even had multiple cosmetic surgeries to make himself look like Jimin from BTS. Ollie had gone viral after he exposed his new face and revealed that he had no less than 18 cosmetic surgeries to mimic a Korean looking face. According to a previous YouTube video posted by the influencer, their surgeries have included a facelift, brow lift, temple lift, eye surgery, and a dental procedure, which is a lot of work to get done just to live a fake life as a fake Korean. I don't know about you all, but I feel like this transracial stuff is going a little too far. I'm all for letting people live their lives the way that they want to, but come on, this is just next level offensive. Many people on Twitter were quick to let Ollie know their thoughts. One user said, "As a Korean non-binary person, I haven't really talked about the Ollie London thing, but the fact that they are acting like it's genuine and that it's part of the journey due to an identity issue really irks me. It's a mockery of trans people and it's cultural appropriation." Couldn't agree more. Either way guys, that has been the top 10 influencers exposed for living fake lives, but before we get out of here, I'm gonna check out some of your comments from the video titled "PewDiePie Exposes Dream's Minecraft Cheating Scandal." Sarah12 Cross says, "To be honest, this is the second time I heard of Dream in the past week, never heard of them before." Yeah, I've literally never heard of them until PewDiePie mentioned Dream, and I think a few other like YouTubers, maybe I heard H3H3 talking about Dream at some point, but previous to that I was totally unaware of how big Dream's channel was. CL Brierly says, "Felix is low-key ruthless and those saying he is using Dream for clout are funny." Yeah, that was pretty funny that people were saying that he was trying to use them for clout, but yeah, it's the world we live in. The Raven says, "The Dream fans really think that they can give the GOAT clout?" Yeah, maybe new kids, like new. I know how PewDiePie always says he has an army of 9-year-olds, but those 9-year-olds are probably like 18 now because he's been around for so long. So who knows? Maybe it's a new army of 9-year-olds that are getting clout, giving him clout rather. Fidelio says, in 2021, I've learned that doing a hot take or having a difference of opinion on an influencer on social media will cause their stands to come for you whether or not it's warranted. Couldn't agree more, and I have felt the force of many stands. It's Adri says, I'm kinda glad Dream didn't outrage like most of his fan base. Yeah, he handled it pretty well. I would say that most people would have freaked out if PewDiePie, you know, exposed them in such a way. But guys, that has been today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try. Photo 7C, please. Man, that was itchy. In the video, Logan put on some glasses, my mouth. In the video, Logan put on some glasses that were specially, one more time. Coming in number 4, Casey Sosnowski. Let's try that again. Sosnowski. Casey here posted a photo of herself sorry, my phone is buzzing. But either way, guys, let's try that again. But either way, guys, hey.